Hello friends, hope you are all fine and doing well. We are into the discussion of this book called What I Talk About When I Talk About Running by Haruki Murakami. We are into the chapter 4 of this book and this is the second video on this chapter 4. I have shared the links of all the previous videos related to this book in the description below for your reference. So let's start. Next in this chapter, he talks about the qualities a novelist has to have, and if reflected properly on his suggestions, then the qualities mentioned by him are also the same qualities which are essential for the progress in any human endeavors and can be applicable to all the professions. The first quality Murakami says to be a novelist is to have talent. No matter how much enthusiasm and effort you put into writing, if you totally lack literary talent, you can forget about being a novelist. He says, talent is more a prerequisite than a necessary quality. If you don't have any fuel, even the best car won't run. Further, he adds that the problem with the talent is that in most cases, person involved can't control its amount or its quality. One might find that the amount isn't enough and want to increase it, or one might try to be frugal to make it last longer, but in neither case do things work out that easily. Talent has a mind of its own and wells up when it wants to, and once it dries up, that's it. Murakami further says that yes, there are certain poets and rock singers whose genius went in a blaze of glory. People like Schubert and Mozart, whose dramatic early deaths turned them into legends, have certain appeal. But for the vast majority of us, this isn't the model we follow. The next most important quality to be a novelist, according to Murakami, is focus. The ability to concentrate on your limited talents on whatever is critical at the moment. Without focus, one can't achieve anything of value. With the help of focus, one can compensate for an erratic talent or even a shortage of it. Murakami says that he concentrates on his work for 3 to 4 hours every morning. He sits at his desk and focuses totally on what he is writing. He doesn't see anything, nor he thinks about anything else. So a person of great talent, if cannot focus on his work, then he can't achieve anything. After focus, his next important point is endurance. According to him, if a person can concentrate for 3 to 4 hours daily, but gets tired after a week or so, then the person won't be able to write a long work. So the energy to focus every day for half a year or 2 years is important. In his words, endurance can be compared to breathing. If concentration is the process of just holding your breath, endurance is the art of slowly, quietly breathing. At the same time, you are storing air in your lungs. He says, fortunately, these two disciplines, focus and endurance, are different from talent, since they can be acquired and sharpened through training. Murakami here talks about the great mystery writer Raymond Chandler as to how he developed his stamina and willpower that a professional writer needs. Raymond Chandler made sure that he sat down at his desk every single day and concentrated even if he didn't write anything, just to go through that process of training his mind. This reminds me of one more great writer, Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond, in his autobiography, Lone Fox Dancing, Ruskin Bond too talks about the same thing. In Lone Fox Dancing, page 274, Ruskin Bond writes, I became old and found myself in demand. People started recognizing me and asking for my autograph. I suppose if you keep at something for 50 to 60 years, you will have produced so much material that people will take notice. Perseverance does pay. Men who work steadily for money get rich. Men and women who work day and night for fame or power reach their goal. And those who work for deeper, more artistic or spiritual achievements will find them too. So let's stop here. In this part, we have seen some very important life lessons shared by Murakami. In this part, he talks about the major qualities a novelist must have, but these are also the same qualities necessary to progress in any profession. So the key messages are: number 1, in order to be a writer, one must have talent. Number 2, talent is of no use if one lacks focus. And number 3, even talent and focus cannot be helpful if we can't stick to something for long. Although this book has systematic start, flow and ending, but one more beauty about this book is that one can choose any part, any section of it and will derive many insights. So same with my videos on this book. No matter which video you choose to hear from this book summary, you will get a lot of key messages and insights. Once again, I highly recommend my viewers to read this book so that even you can derive your own understanding and interpretations. So see you in the next video. Thank you.